It's go time. It's go time. Man of faith in full effect. Let's get it. Helps to sync in the sound
Yeah.
in the video. But man, we're live. This is the first recording of Man of Faith. I'm here with my brother Zaire and myself. My name is Bane. I go by Bane. My real name is Mark Francois. I'm never gonna sit there and be absent-minded about the name my dad gave me. So,
That's real.
but at the end of the day, I like to be called Bane, and that's what I go by. So what's up, my brother? This is our
what's
first
up?
show, man.
What's up, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, I am kind of nervous, man.
That's all good. You know, it's the first time for everything.
Yeah, man. Actually, I gotta set this timer real quick because I don't want to go over time. But let's talk about what we were talking about before we started, man, because I feel like it's an important good subject. We got two things we're talking about. We're talking about situation at home. If you don't want to put it on recording, that's fine. It's your life. It's your privacy. We don't want to mess that up. But at the end of the day, if you want to talk about, there's an open platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's all good. I'm all about transparency. So, you know, I'm maybe my story can help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, me being 30 years old and dealing with, you know, child support issues. I've been a dad since I was 17 years old. Now I'm not proud of my mistakes, but you know, as a man, I did what I had to do to take care of my family, you know, my kids. So, but yeah, just being on child support for a kid that I don't even get to see, and I can't even go up to his school to even, you know, check in on him. You know, that kind of hurt. So, you know, I do deal with a lot of pain when it comes to being a father and can't see his son. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up, but it's all good, you know, because I'm still working through it because I got faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it through.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever. So.
I mean, so what are you doing? What are you doing to cope?
I don't know, man. Go to work. You know what I'm saying? I go to work. I hang with my wife and kids. I listen to music. You know, try to get my mind off of it, man. As much as I can. I talk to God. I try to see, you know, why am I going through this? But yeah, I try to deal with what I can.
What's crazy is a lot of people that have similar situations like you and I.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Babymomma issues, the response is never great. A big, you know, good response.
Right.
It's always a bad result, whether it be like drinking, smoking, or you know, causing a scene with the Babymomma to where somebody got to get locked up or something.
Right.
But you know, guys like us that don't have time for stuff like that because we got our own lives. And we got going on. We're married. We got kids. But it sucks that guys like us that's trying to win still get the short end of the stick.
Yeah, man. You know, it's always the good fathers who end up with the craziest baby moms and the bad fathers who end up with the good baby moms. I don't know why it's like that, but you know, I actually had my son too. You know, let me backtrack. Back in 2021, I had my son. His mom got 5 kids, and she asked for help. And I humbly was like, you know, trying to work with her. Like, I wasn't trying to bring up our past issues. I was like, you know what? Let me work with her so I can try to change the narrative of baby mama drama and all this other stuff. So I tried to work with her, and she gave me my son because she couldn't handle him. So I took him with no hesitation, and then she still wanted me to pay her child support while I had him living under my roof, which was fucked up because, you know, I'm like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? If I'm taking care of him, I'm getting him to school, I'm taking him to his appointments, doctor appointments and everything, dental appointments, and you still want me to pay you? I'm providing food for him. I'm providing a roof over his head. I'm making sure he get to school on time. I'm making sure he go to ASP, which is something I gotta pay, you know, and you still want me to pay you. So because I was not subjective to paying her the money while he was under my roof, you know, she snatched him back from me, and then she took me to court for abandonment, which was like, dang, like I tried to help you out, and you know, you stabbed me in the back. So, and then right after that, she took me off the school list, the school contact list. So it's like kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of messed me up a little bit because like I'm big about education. So, you know, I don't play about school. So when I go up to his school, I try to check on him, make sure he good with his academics, and I get told no at the door, like, nah, you can't check on him. I'm like, you know, that kind of hurt me. So
Kind of goes to show,
you know what I'm
like,
saying?
what is she doing? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
is she checking on? She's making sure his academics is okay. If she can't let you do the same thing,
Hmm.
but man, you know what's crazy, man? Too many men in our lives have the same situations.
Right.
What's crazy is my story about my sons pretty much damn near close. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to brag on it too much because I don't want to feel like I'm bashing my baby moms because your situation is different from mine when it comes to the relationship.
Right.
But when it comes to the relationship, it's something that I try to protect. But at the end of the day, if I can't protect it no more, I'm not going to. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about the kids.
Right.
And it takes one person to be mature for out of any situation that comes between you and your baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're being a bigger person. You have been a bigger person from what I've known. I've known you for how long now?
Since about 12 years.
12 years. You know, and I have friends that I've known for 20 plus years. I mean, my boy that's supposed to be here tonight, he's been my boy for 20 plus years now, man. And the friends that I keep are my big support system, especially through the situation I got with my baby mama, because he's watched it from the beginning. He saw when he was there when I met her. Got her number and all that. He saw this. He saw the beginning of the drama before my son came. You know what I'm saying? And now it's to the point where all that is leading to where I can't see my son, talk to my son. My son can't even call me, bro. You know, that's what's killing me right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was told that he's not supposed to. But that's his words, not mine. But you know, anyway, let's go back to what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is, there's so many men out there that have that same type of situation or worse, and need somebody to talk to about it. Because I mean, there's not gonna be no change in child support system. They're not gonna give a damn if the mom doesn't want you to see a kid or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could go and try to get custody, but depending on what the situation is either yes or no, and most of the time it's a no for guys like us, at least.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
you know, they make it seem like, not to cross you, man, but they make it seem like we are abusing parents or neglectful, like we don't care about our kids, and that's the thing. They know that we care about them, but they trying to hit us where it hurt by bringing the kids, involving the kids to be in the middle. But at the end of the day, they hurting the kid because every daughter, every son, they need the father. A father got to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a mother didn't just make the kids by themselves. It takes two. So you can't just sit up here and reject a kid from being around a father just because you're mad, or just because you want control, or just because you just feel like, hey, I'm the custodial parent. Whatever I say, go like that. It don't work that way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I honestly, like, you know, and excuse my language, but that's some bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's fathers out here who give a damn about their kids, who want the best for their kids. But it's mothers like that hold the kids back. You know what I'm saying? Because, lo and behold, like if I would have told my son, mom, no, I don't want to have him. No, I don't want him to live at my house. Then that whole narrative would have changed. It would have been like, well, I tried to give Zaire an opportunity to have his son, but he told me no.
Mm-hmm.
But since I said yes, he can come over here. Now it's a different narrative. It's like no matter what, you lose, man. It's a lose situation, bro. No matter what you do for your kid, it's always the wrong choice because they don't like us. They don't like who we are.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's always because of, it's crazy. Most baby moms would say it's not because of past situations, but it is. They just hate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they won't never admit to that. But at the end of the day, we know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just sucks because like you, I've created a bond with my son, changed his whole mentality when it came to his temper, to where he learned how to cope and try to fix his situation. And I taught my son how to play basketball, man. Like that was a big accomplishment for me, bro. And just like that, he was taken away from me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? After 3 months, it's it's like an added trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Added trauma. And of course, the baby moms always gonna want their side to be heard, but they will never want to sit there and listen to a man.
Yeah.
And how he feels.
Nah.
Of course, if he's speaking respectfully, which based off of what I know about us, we approach the situation, come and talk to you calmly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna sit there and disrespect you. But the attitude, the rolling of the neck and all that stuff coming to play, and it's like, damn, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Let's be mature.
Yeah, man. I honestly think, man, it's my bad. I'm gonna hold myself accountable for, messing with somebody at a young age when I should have been more focused on school, focused on, preparing to go to college, focused on, my studies. I was too busy trying to mess with a girl, being grown, and I had no business doing it. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable for that. And
at the end of the day, we can't beat ourselves up about it also. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lesson.
I should have.
We're married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lesson that we don't even have to. We already fixed that.
Yeah.
You already fixed that part of you. You know
what I'm saying? But like anything that I'm going through or dealing with now is because I chose to mess with this girl 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I chose to, not actually get to know the person. Have a kid out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Mess with a person that I barely knew, who is now putting me through hell, and we only got one kid together. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got more than one. So it's like, damn, like, why you acting like that over one child? You got 4 other kids, with 3 different dudes. I mean, I just think it's crazy, man, and it's definitely not gonna do anything but hurt him, because now my son went back to her house. He getting into fights at school. He failing. He doing a lot of stuff, and I know people. I know people can sit here and watch this and say, "Well, why don't you go talk to an attorney?" I've tried that many times. I tried to go to the court system. Yes, I tried to get him legitimized. I talked to many lawyers. I went to pro bono. I went to legal aid. I talked to many judges. They don't care about black men in Georgia. That's just long story short, they don't care about what we did, how we did it. They just care about money. It's a money grab. It's all about, they just care about mothers. That's it. And that's all it's gonna be about. And we can't change that. We can't change how they already feel. So why waste my time taking off work to go up to this courthouse when I'm just gonna get rejected anyway? Yeah. It don't make sense. So I've tried plenty of times. It just didn't work. So the best way I can deal with this is to get with brothers like my brother Bane right here, talk to him, and we can come up with something to help each other out to go through this situation, so we don't lose our head. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't lose our head.
Yeah. So that's the best way I can really put it.
Yeah, because man, at the end of the day, man, we could sit there and get mad about the situation, but it's a lot of wasted energy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we gotta learn how to take that energy and push it towards something more positives in our lives. You know what I'm saying?
We got other kids.
I mean, hell, we've been doing it for years, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our son, both our sons are the same age, 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think my biggest fear is just my son thinking that I failed. I failed him, but I've been trying on 13 years, my brother.
Yeah.
My son. You know what I mean? I've been trying for 13 years.
Yeah. And it's not gonna do anything but like put confusion in their minds about who we are.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, if they grow up, God's willing, they grow up to be nice men, nice adults. We have a chance to, like, I guess, recover the relationship we didn't have. We have a chance to get back together. You know what I'm saying? When they're adults and they don't have their mom in their ear, persuading them to think a certain way because now they're grown. So eventually, as a kid gets older, they're gonna realize which adult was in the wrong. They're gonna realize it. Hopefully, hopefully that's the case. You know, but I mean, what made me not really go off the ledge, even not being around my son, is because I got a family, man. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to end up in a system where now I regret this now because I let my anger get the best of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's gonna put me away from my other kids. So
it kind of made me not go off the edge of mine because I have a daughter with her. You know what I'm saying? And she loves me so much, man. Just like my daughter here. And I don't want her to see. I want her to see her daddy losing his temper and acting out and messing up his probably future chance of being with them for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we could go on for days about this. So let's take the next 10 to 15 minutes. You know, let's talk about the future podcast. You know, this is the beginning, and I've been holding back starting this podcast for a long time now, and we did one time, but I had a lot of life situations that hit me so hard.
Matter of fact, you know, let's backtrack. You know, let's give the people like a couple backgrounds. Like, where you from? Like, where was you born? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you came from? What brought you here at this moment? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Persuaded you to even start this podcast.
I'm from Brooklyn, of course, Brooklyn, New York. Both my parents are very much still in my life. You know, my dad, my mom, they're still together. I'm 36 years old, man, and I've been through a lot of life experiences that I feel like, man, here goes another notch in my belt for another story. You know, and I'm always having talks with friends and close friends with like you and friends that I've been with for probably 20 years or more. You know what I'm saying? And certain stories that we have, they always kind of put me in the mindset of, I'm like, yo, this is a motivating story for somebody, because you know I've done a lot, man. I'm sure a lot of people has done a lot, but for me, I feel like I learned the reason why who I am today is because I learned from a lot of my shit that I've done in the past, whether going to jail, whether abusive relationships, or you know, toxic relationship, all in a nutshell. Really, I feel like I have a story to tell, just like you, just like anybody else that I bring on. You know what I'm saying? Because we do plan on having guests. You know what I'm saying? So, what possessed me to start this is the fact that I feel like it could help me personally, get through a lot of the situations that I'm growing into as I'm getting older. And of course, I feel like it helped the audience, you know. So I'm hoping it does more positive than anything less than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's real, bro.
So
you got a strong story, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I'm 30. You know, I just made 30 back in April. I was born in Illinois, and my mom said that back then it was just the wrong place for us to live. So when I was 6 years old, she moved me and my older brother down here.
Keep going, man. I'm listening.
She moved me and my older brother down here, and was like, Georgia would be the best place for us to grow up in, and just raise and be at, as far as like meeting other people and just being in a good environment. But we moved around a lot though. We moved probably in 10 different cities in Georgia. So it's like,
you can go ahead, man. It's my bad.
Yeah. So being in Georgia for 24 years, it helped me out as far as like put me in the best place that I could be, best schools, good jobs, stuff like that. I don't think I would have had the same life if I lived in Chicago. So
yeah,
shout out to my mom for moving us down here. And yeah, man, went to school, became a father my senior year, and got married by 24. Yeah, 24 years old. Me and my wife, we got 3 daughters together, and yeah, just this, this podcast is definitely something that is big. Having faith, men of faith. That stands for just being positive. No matter what the situation is, you still gonna make it out of it. You got faith that you're gonna be in a better place than you are in the past. So it's definitely something that is positive, and it should bring people together. So that's why this podcast is definitely something that is massive. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my brother right here for even just putting this together. You know what I'm saying? Man. Because little do he know, even not even trying to sound corny or nothing, but this dude right here saving my life. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that I really want to do, is put stuff out there that I dealt with, to be transparent. Because when you a person and you going through so much pain, you keep all that stuff in, you gonna end up exploding and just doing the worst of the worst. So to let it out on this platform, yes, this is perfect. Yes, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely something that men, women, even women, like, people should just get together and just express themselves. So this is definitely something that's real. So, man, shout out to you, brother, for even putting this together, man. That's real.
On that note, I feel like that kind of speaks on the future of the podcast and what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it's clear to see that we only have great intentions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man of faith, you said it yourself, man. But to me, man of faith is something that I feel like I've been living by for a long time, unconsciously and consciously, because I've always had faith. Even when I failed, I got back up somehow, some way. I don't know how, but I always did. But at the end of the day, every time I kept saying I don't know how, somebody was there to remind me that Jesus Christ was the reason.
That's it.
So that's why my faith is always going to stay the same. It's going to be on 100, and I'm here to keep influencing others, motivating others to try to keep pushing for motivation at 100. You know what I'm saying? So, man, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, that's love. That's love.
I hope this is consistency.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right
for
here,
sure.
Man.
For sure.
I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, the only way to go is up.
Number 1 show is down.